Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Total Heroes Flash figure. Picked up Flash at the store and thought, hey, let's do a video on him. Why not? So let's hop over here into the photo tent and take a look. This is the new 52 version of Flash. This is from Mattel. Mattel's new Total Heroes line. This is your mass market toy line aimed a little bit more at kids. And you can see that the figure here, he's got the big, bulky style as far as the artwork goes. As far as the artwork, the sculpt. Well, let's talk about the artwork, shall we? Since this is the new 52 version of Flash, one thing that gives it away is the logo on his chest. The extra gold circle around the white inlay there, that lets you know that it's new 52. It's one of those things that they did when they jazzed him up. However, if you look real close, the artwork here on the package on the front is actually not the new 52 version. It's just that white circle. This is from, I believe, when Barry Allen came back several years ago in DC. So that artwork is pre-new 52. Although if you turn on the back, that's from, I believe, Flash #1, and you can see that gold circle being on there. So it is kind of funny how they have him as the new 52 version of Flash, but then they use that old artwork on the package. But hey, what are you going to do? You've got your Superman, Batman, Aquaman also available. You got your little bio there. But overall, just a very simple package with the figure enclosed. And yes, it does note 4+. So if you have small kids, this is going to be safe for them because there are no other parts on there. So let's take a moment here and we'll rip open the package. Those of you, you can see there's my cat deciding that she's just going to come up and see what the heck is going on. Hi, Nikki. All right. Here, go fetch. Fetch. All right. Since the figure has no extra stuff on him, there's none of those invisible bands, those clear plastic rubber bands to worry about. So we just have the figure here, and let's take a look. Now, as I was saying earlier, he's got that kind of big blocky style. Let's move the camera. Yes, Nikki. Hi, thank you. And with the new 52, besides the fact that they put that circle in there, that's kind of the giveaway that it's new 52, they added paneling to his armor, and you can kind of see that they've sculpted some lines into him. On some of the other new 52 figures that we've seen from Mattel or from DC Collectibles, sometimes they paint in those lines with some yellow paint, so it's kind of like the crackling energy, whatever. They didn't do that on here. So he kind of looks just plain until you get up close and you can see those kind of paneling marks on there. If we grab Batman here real quick, we can take a look at the arms and see that the arms are basically identical. And the chest is basically identical. The paneling that they've done with the costumes has allowed them to just pretty much reuse the same figures here, even though the paneling and the artwork of the actual character designs are not the same. They have the opportunity now to reuse those parts and just make the same body type. They just have to add a new head or hand or whatever accessories. So you do have that going on with Flash. One thing that makes him stand out a little differently is that he does have this karate action kung fu hand, and that's just for running, because when you run really fast you gotta slice that air with your hand, right? So they did give him that ability. Now, since the way these figures are made with just kind of basic joints in the legs, ball joint in the arm, but otherwise you just kind of have these basic joints, there's not a whole lot of posing you can do. Because he is a runner, you might want to put him in some sort of running pose, but you're going to have a bit of an issue probably trying to find just the right balance to hold him. Now, if you have a figure stand laying around, you might have a Classics figure stand or Justice League Unlimited figure stand. It does have peg holes in the bottom, so you can probably still use some of those figure stands you might have sitting around if you want to use them to hold your character up. So he does have some options when it comes to posing, even though his articulation is not as robust as it could be. But considering this is a kid's toy line, you're looking at 4-year-olds, 8-year-olds, whatever, playing with this. This is a nice, thick, robust figure. This is, you know, hard, solid plastic that'll probably last through a lot of playtime with the kids. And so I think if you're looking for something to give the kids, it's a nice bigger size. It's that 6-inch, 7-inch so range, kind of like the classics or legends. It's not as highly detailed, but it is more durable. So if you're looking for something to give kids to let them play with, and then you don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to break and fall apart and all that kind of stuff, it is a thick, robust toy that you can play with rather nicely. So I think overall, you know, it's $10. It's not as expensive. It's about half the price of some of those classics or legends or whatever. And it doesn't have as much of the articulation, but it is aimed at kids. It does look like it'll hold up pretty well. And I mean, really, you put this guy on your shelf, he looks like Flash. He doesn't look goofy. He doesn't look cartoony. Nothing really like that. So I think if you're a fan of the character and you're looking for, you know, some shelf porn to throw up there that just kind of look nice, maybe your cubicle at work or something along those lines, this does look pretty good. And considering that it's basically the same body they use for Batman, probably the same one for Superman, Aquaman, I don't know, I'll have to double check because he's got the armor. I'll have to get a hold of one of those to see if it looks different because of the chainmail shirt. But for the most part, I think that this guy looks pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with him altogether, and I think that Mattel's done a good job with the Total Heroes line. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget you can go to popculturenetwork.com to check out more reviews. We got videos, we got comic reviews, podcasts, things like that. You can also go to jointheforums.com, the official forums of the Pop Culture Network, and you can leave messages there for all the other great people that come to popculturenetwork.com. You can also find me on Twitter at @PCN_dirt. And anytime we post new stories, do new updates and things like that, we throw those up on Twitter. You can also call our 24-hour voicemail line. It's area code 217-953-4025, and you can leave up to 10 minutes of voicemail if you really want to. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.